We've got some folks jumping on. As you come on, just tell me hello. Let me know who's joining me. Let me know who's with me. I see you. Hello, hello. Welcome. Oh, look at this. It's showing. Didn't mean for that to show. Well, hello, hello. I want to spend just a few minutes talking about your ideal customer avatar. I want to spend just a few minutes. Now, you guys get just a smidget. Hey, Brandy, how are you? My folks that are in the boot camp, they're ready because we going live in boot camp in about 50 minutes to share some information. But as I was going through this information, I saw the light bulbs going off, and I realized so many people really struggle with who am I looking for? And guys, you guys know I have a traditional business. I do network marketing. I have a multi-level marketing business. And at the end of the day, in every single business and every single entity, you need to be very, very clear about who and what you are looking for. And what happens is so many people, they've got the mentality that if I build it, they will come. If I put it out there, people are going to show up, right? And a part of the challenge is for us, we get an idea and we are like, oh my gosh, this is it. But we don't take the time to vet that idea, to research it, to tease apart the information and make sure that we are making this. I'm not saying your idea is not good. I'm not saying that your idea won't turn a profit. But what I am saying is that too many people launch their business without doing research, without going through the details of what and how to grow their business. And so I see you, Brandy. I am cracking up laughing, right? I got something in my eye. I am cracking up laughing, honey, because listen, I feel you. I completely feel you. Guys, I want to help you today as much as I can realize that when you have a viable business, you have to do research. And you can't be lazy with that research. If you're not getting the return that you desire in your business, if your entrepreneurial pursuit is not taking you through the levels that you desire, then that doesn't mean something is wrong with your business, but maybe you've approached it in the wrong way. Maybe you haven't put in place the right steps, right? I am finishing up. I cannot wait. It's my Pivot to Profit workbook, which really takes you through the steps that you need to. We won't go into detail on avatar and all of that. That's for the boot camp. But what we will talk about is, where are you in your business? What does your business look like? What are your goals? What are your profit margins? How are you making the money that you desire? And what I find is so many people have not done the analysis in their business to really determine where their success factors are. And so again, you guys know me. I always talk about, we just throw that dart at the board and we're expecting it to stick. And when it's not sticking, guess what we do? We quit. We give up. We start, we stop. We do this, we do that. And then we give up on our dreams. Can I tell you that I am not the dream buster, right? Don't get in my DM talking about I killed your dream. Don't get in my DM talking about I hurt, your vision, or you're this or you're that. I am not the dream killer. But what I am is that person that will help you and show you. You guys know me. It's strategy. It's all about strategy. And if you're not employing the right strategy, guys, listen, I think in my former life, there is something in my eye. I think in my former life, I should have been a race car driver, right? There is something about me that loves speed and cars and racing and that kind of thing. And sometimes I have to, when I'm on the highway, I shouldn't even say this, but I am that person that even as I'm moving through traffic, I am analyzing, if I get over here, then this will do this. If I do this, then that'll do this. If I do this, then that'll do that. Y'all, I am miles ahead. And that's where you've got to be in your business. You've got to chart out your strategy and realize what is going to deliver you to the results that you desire. Guys, I am a faith walker. I am a water walker. I am a believer in every sense of the word, guys. But listen, I understand wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. And y'all, I'm telling you, since for the last 30 years, my prayer has been if you've ever heard me pray, I always say, Father, grant unto me wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. Those are the three things that are a hallmark of what I've always prayed. Like, I don't even know why, but that has, every time I pray, that comes out. God, give me wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. And guys, when you operate in a sense of wisdom, it doesn't cancel out your faith. Faith is not foolish, but it does help you position yourself. Thank you, Brandy, so that you are prepared to prosper in a way that exceeds your expectations, exceeds your goal. But you've got to be smart about what you're doing, right? So we're talking about today developing and designing your ideal customer. Who is that person, right? And listen, if you get on here talking about everybody is my customer, I'm going to kick you out of here. You cannot go into the market with the assumption that everybody is your customer, because can I tell you, everybody is not your customer. You are not looking for everybody, and everybody is not looking for you. Sometimes people are looking for you, but they don't know that they are. So even the way you communicate with that potential individual will shape the messaging and bring people to you that you may not have realized were in and within that avatar. So let me help you out today, right? The first thing I want you to do is really start thinking about your business. And I want you to think about who is that one person, who is that ideal person that is showing up every single day, that is participating in my success, that is looking for what I'm offering. Who is that person? Guys, when I did Edible Arrangements, when I opened Edible Arrangements, right, I was the first store in the state of Alabama. And I'm going to say, sometimes I get a little salty sometimes. I don't get salty, but people introduce me as having the first store in Huntsville. Y'all, I had the first store in the state of Alabama. Can I just say that without just saying? I know they mean well, but y'all, that was a big deal for me. That was a huge deal for me. The first store in the state, not in the city, not in my county, but in my state. Okay, I'm done with that. I'm off that soapbox. I had somebody introduce me recently. They said the first store in the city. They might as well say the first store in the county. But anyway, y'all laugh with me, because that is how you get through life's challenges, is by keeping your sense of humor. So anyway, so when I started, I was the first store in the state of Alabama, and I make that. That is significant. It could have been just the city, because that makes it significant as well. But the point is, I had the choice of where I wanted my store, my footprint, to be located. And so now you've got the city of Huntsville, and I had an option of where I wanted my store, what location I wanted it to be in. And it was truly a choice between near Research Park or down near South Parkway. And if you know the city of Huntsville, you understand exactly what I'm talking about. And so I talked to some people because I was moving back to Huntsville from Atlanta, had been out of Huntsville for 9 years or so. And so I started having conversations with people about, what do you think? What do you think? What do you think? And everybody had an opinion. Don't you love it? Everybody has an opinion. And I appreciated all of those opinions, because guess what? I solicited them. So I appreciated those opinions. Everybody had one. And everybody, they a variety of things, but most people suggested that I build my store in the South Huntsville. And a part of it was the perceived, the perception that that was where there was more of a high dollar tax bracket, number one. And number two, then more frou-frou and would purchase the product, right? So that was their understanding. I appreciated that. I'm glad I didn't go with that. Can I say that really, really loud? I am glad I did not go with that. Now, one of these days, I'm going to do some training on franchising, discovery documents, how to look at the right franchise, how to go through discovery documents, how to interview the prospective franchisor, how to determine the percentages that you're going to pay. I'm going to go through that training one day, and I may do it as a master class. But before we do that, I want to there's some very important data that's contained in that document. But outside of that, I had to conduct my own research. So guys, I'm going to tell you what I did. I went to one of the malls, and I was that person that was approaching people saying, I'm thinking of opening a new business. I had a brochure. This is what it looks like. Would you buy it? Would you buy it at this price point? What do you think about it? And I asked them to complete, no name attached, some demographic information. I did that with the Chamber of Commerce. I did that in the mall. There were 2 malls that I did it in. And then just as I was randomly out with just having conversations, I would always ask people, what do you think about this? Right? I also did research because keep in mind that Edible Arrangements has a specific niche. Y'all, can I tell you, your riches is in your niches, your niches. Your riches is in your niches. And with that niche, there wasn't anything comparable. So what I had to find, hey, Superwoman. So what I found in that niche was the floral arrangement. That was our point of comparison. So in the floral arrangement, I had to look at who purchases flowers, right? Who is going to go out and buy flowers? Guys, can I tell you that by the time I looked at, and Google is your friend, how can you have Google and not use it? Google is your friend for life. And so I Googled information. I Googled a lot about gift giving, about specialty gift giving, about buying gifts online. Like I broke it down in so many things because again, there is no other store or business like Edible Arrangements. So I had to be creative in how I broke it down. Guys, when I got finished, what I discovered was, now let me help you understand, number one, why this is essential. This is essential for you because when you market, right, you now have targeted marketing. See, don't get it twisted. Yes, there are, you guys have heard me say this, 3 billion people on social media. But guess what? 3 billion people are not about to buy from your business. So you need to find your segment, your tribe, your target out of that 3 billion that will actually open up their wallet and purchase your product. And if you are assuming that everybody is in the market for your product, you will miss it every single time and you'll get frustrated because you won't start seeing the results of your marketing. So here's what I recommend. And guys, keep in mind, when I started, I wasn't on Facebook. I wasn't on social media. I didn't get on Facebook and social media until 2009, right? My business opened in 2006. So I want to make sure 2006, 2007, when we finished the build out. So I want to make sure you understand that and understand that that I'm not talking from a social media standpoint. To me, it's a little bit easier at this point because you do have social media. But that means still with social media that you've still got to be targeted because people have a short attention span. They are scrolling and going, scrolling and going, scrolling and going, right? They're not staying there. So you've got to make sure that you are hitting them and hitting them in the place that makes them stop and look, okay? So what I discovered when I did my research was that my target customer was not in that pay grade in that tax grade that everybody assumed that they were. That wasn't my target customer. My target customer was not in the age range of what would have been represented in that area of the city. That was not it. And so I decided to put my business in Research Park and on the cusp of what we know is Madison, Alabama now, because I had a larger target. Now, there's so many other things that went into this decision, guys. I had everything from traffic counts to foot traffic. And again, I'm going to do a masterclass on franchising because I had so many things that were available and that I did research on to make sure, even to the location that I selected. I mean, you know, a little side note, I was from a rent standpoint, there was this one location that I was really interested in. But guess what? There was an adult store next door to the plaza, to the store that I, to the suite that I wanted. And this adult store was on the news quite a bit for I mean, like, people were trying to close them down. It was all this other stuff. And so somebody said, well, that'll be good because you'll get traffic. But guys, that meant that some of my customers were not going to come either. So yeah, I'm going to get traffic because I'm right there, but then it may be good, it may not be good. And that suite was kind of off the beaten path and away from the main highway. So again, you got to think through all of those kinds of things when you are trying to decide where to go, where do you want to be, and what makes sense, as well as for the dollar, right? And so here's what you need to know, guys. And I've got to cut this short because I got to go say hi to my boot camp folks. I see a couple of them on here now, guys. I can't wait. When you start looking at who is your avatar, you need to break it down. You need to know male or female. You need to know, where do they shop? What is their income level? Are they married, single, or divorced? Where do they hang out? You need to know, what are their hobbies? You need to know, what do they read? You need to know where, what groups are they in on Facebook and on social media? Man, there's so many groups out here. There's so many groups out here. You need to know, what is their pain point? What keeps them up at night? What are they stressed about? You need to know, because your content will speak directly to them. So sometimes they won't even know, or you won't even know. They won't even know that they need your service until they start reading your content. And then they're like, oh my God, that resonates. Oh my God, that makes sense to me. Oh my God. And then that's when the wallet comes out, right? So you've got to make sure that you're very, very smart and very, very strategic about who you're looking for, where they are, and how you're going to find them. You can't just throw this dart at the wall and expect it to stick. Now, am I only looking for one person? Well, here's how I look at it. My customer avatar, I named her Susie. Every time I did any marketing, I looked at it, because it was all paper marketing at that time, right? Newspaper, whatever. I'm telling my age. So I looked at it and said, is this going to be attractive to Susie? Because Susie was my avatar. That's who Susie was, that person, right? Susie was my avatar. So I'll put this back up because I love this. Look at this. Susie, will it let me put it back up? It may not let me put it back up. Susie was my avatar. I'll put it up when I end. And when I started looking for marketing, that's who I was talking to, Susie. I had her in my face. I knew who she was. I knew what her profile was. I kept her constantly before me. So everything I did. But now, does that mean that that's the only person I'm going to get? Absolutely not. You're going to get other people. You're going to get, it's going to come from other resources. But when you are focused on that, when you are focused on who that person is, what that person looks like, that avatar, then that is when you find your ideal customer. Guys, listen, do not, you've heard the saying, right? Build it and they will come. That is not the truth unless you are Chick-fil-A and McDonald's. right? There are so few stores that can build it and people will come. There are so few brands that you can build it and they will come. And even in this world of the digital age, man, it's getting even, especially if you're selling, not fast food or whatever, but anything else, everybody's getting stuff online. And so you cannot go with the assumption that if I just put up a placard, if I put up a post, right? And then next thing you know, because you didn't get a response from your first post, now all you're doing is putting up a bunch of posts, join my business, come join my business, come join my business, right? And you've not even found the person that you're looking for. And now you sound like a Saturday morning infomercial. Or you sound like the telemarketer that's calling the house on. Nobody wants that. Find your tribe, find your posse, find those individuals that are looking for your business, that are looking for what you offer, and absolutely deliver impeccable service to them. When you put out content, let that content address their needs, their heartaches, their pain points, their what's keeping them up at night. Let your content speak directly to them. Draw them in. Don't just say, buy my product, right? No, tell them why they should buy your product. Listen, we've talked about this. Maybe it was just in the boot camp that I talked about it. People will connect with your why long before they will connect with just you. They need to understand. And so don't just tell me to buy something. Tell me why. Tell me some information about it. Give me why it's important to you. Why did you select this product? Or tell me why you designed it like this. Give me some information. Let your words tell me a story that your product can't. Speaking of story, and I wish I had it. I have a really close friend of mine. I'm so proud of her. Has a line of clothes called Story. And she came on live and she talks about why she named it Story and why it is what it is. And so every time you see the product Story, literally, I'm trying. Here it is. I've got a dress to it as well. Look at that. This is don't you love it? Yes, it goes up. Don't you love it? Story. And so I have an amazing dress to match this. I have a t-shirt that I've had for a while. Again, making sure that you are sharing your why, because that's where people connect. Whew. I got to go. This is always just quick pop-up training. I love y'all madly. Enjoy. Ask questions if you have any. Share, of course, and get ready. We're in the middle of a boot camp. Boot camp comes back in August. But in the interim, man, oh man, an amazing bundle. That's the Pivot to Profit bundle that will absolutely bless you and your business and really help put in place the strategy to get you to the next level. I love y'all madly. See ya. Thank you, Pamela. Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Y'all are wonderful. Thank you so much. All right. Any other? Oh, I wanted to show you. I needed to put this back up. I'm going to close it with this because I love this.